corporate income tax is higher than normal corporate income tax. Now, upon the approval of the train law or the create law for the corporation class, and the Philippines is facing the pandemic, instead of 2% class, gibabaan nila for the meantime ang minimum corporate income tax from 2020 of June to June 30 of 2023. Ang inyong gamiton na minimum corporate income tax rate is 1%. I repeat, after of the approval and the Philippines is facing the pandemic, the minimum corporate income tax class for corporation from June of 2020 to June 30 of 2023, you will use 1% for minimum corporate income tax. Nasundan. After that period class, may balik na siya into 2%. Sundan? So therefore class, for the purpose of discussion, we will use 1 and 2%. After 2023 net income class or the gross receipts class, we will use the 2%. Now, do not forget class nga ang minimum corporate income tax, ang iyahang basis is the gross receipt. I repeat, ang minimum corporate income tax is based on the gross receipt. Sir, question, unsa man ang gross receipt? The gross receipt class is the total gross income of the corporation before the deduction of the operating expenses. I repeat, the tax base for minimum corporate income tax is the gross receipt of a corporation. And the gross receipt of a corporation is the gross income before the deduction of the operating expenses. Nasundan. Sir, question. What if ang corporation is goods producing corporation? Ibig sabihin, ang inyong ginabaligya is goods. Now, the goods, paano makuha ang gross receipts? Sales minus sales returns and allowance alright. For sales of goods, mabasa? Sadili.
Mabasa pa man, sir.
Right. Para sa sale of goods class, waon ninyo daan ang sales. Identify the sales, kung pila ang sales. Next, identify ninyo ang sales discount. And sunod, identify ninyo ang sales returns and allowances or SRA. Sundan. First, identify the sales. Next, identify sales discount. Ang sales discount class ginabawas. Same time, ang sales returns and allowance ginabawas. Nasundan. Kung sa pa ginabawas, cost of sales. Allowance. Therefore, it would give you a gross income. Sundan.
Yes, sir.
First, identify the sales. Minus sales discount. Minus sales returns and allowance. Minus cost of sales. Equals gross income. Do not forget class, cost of sales, mao na ang inyong capital sa inyong gibaligya. Example, nangumpra mo tag 8, gibaligya niyo tag 16. Pila inyong gross income?
8.
8. Ibig sabihin class, gross income or the gross receipts class, ibawas ninyo ang inyong direct na gasto or ang capital sa pagbaligya ninyo sa goods. And then sa pay-add ani, add other income. Add. Naman yung mga other income. Those are other income class other than income that are subject to final withholding taxes. I repeat, unsa ni mga other income? These are other income that are not subject to final withholding taxes. Therefore, you need to review what are those income that are subject to final taxes. And then equals gross receipts. And then, ining gross receipts class, dili ninyo i-multiply ang 2% or the 1% for MCIT purpose. Tundan. Ang gross receipts class, dili ninyo i-multiply ang 2 or 1% for MCIT, minimum corporate income tax. Now class, if you have operating expenses, katong mga sweldo, mga gasto ninyo sa inyong negosyo, that is operating expenses and all other expenses. Ibawas na sa ninyo sa inyong gross income para magkaabot mo ang taxable income. Now, if makaabot na mo sa taxable income or the net income class, diri sa taxable income or the net income, diri ninyo i-multiply ang 20% or the 25%, depende sa type sa classification sa inyuhang corporation, mo ni siya ang normal corporate income tax or NCIT. Sundan.
Yes, sir.
Now, I repeat, kapag ako ang ginapangutana is how much is the minimum corporate income tax, ang inyong basis is kining gross income, the gross receipts. Then, kapag ako ang ginapangutana is how much is the minimum corporate income tax, mo ni inyong tax base, the gross receipts. Pero pag ang question gani, how much is the normal corporate income tax, mo ni ang inyong mahimong tax base, the taxable income, after the deduction of operating expenses. Nasundan?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Do you follow?
Sir, yes, sir.
Alright, let's give an example. Example class, your gross receipts. Tanawa ha, gross receipts niya. Ang gross receipts ninyo class is 2.5. Ibig sabihin class, diri na, mo ni ang gross receipts. After na sa na-deduct ang sales discount, SRE, and cost of sales. Mo na ni ang inyong gross receipts na portion. So, bawa, mo siya ang gross receipts ninyo. Ang operating expenses ninyo class is 2,250,000. It would give you net income or the taxable income of 250,000. Question, paano nakuha ang 250,000?
Kato na siyang after ma-deduct tong tong sa
Yes.
nang ipangayos.
Yes. Very good. Gideduct na to ang 2.5 sa 2.25, it will give you taxable income of 250,000. Given class that this corporation operates after what? At its fourth year of operation. So, sa may buhaton. Para makuha ang MCIT, do not forget class, kapag corporation gani, always na to gina-compare ang minimum corporate income tax o normal corporate income tax, and whichever is higher, mo na ito ang ginabayad sa gobyerno. I repeat, at the fourth year of operation of a corporation class, always solve and always identify how much is the tax under MCIT and how much is the tax under normal corporate income tax. Compare ang MCIT ug NCIT. After with that, identify whichever is higher, and then whichever is higher would be the payable to the government. Yes, Ibora. Do you have any question? No, Vijay. Wala? Alright.
Wala, sir.
You're raising your hands kasi. Now, multiply ninyo class sa 1% ang MCIT because magbalik
Wala akong cellphone.
magbalik ang 2% class sa MCIT on the year 2023. Masundan. Now, under MCIT, 2,500,000 multiplied to 1% would give you how much? Calculator. 2,500,000 times 0.01.
25.
25K.
25,000. Now, under normal corporate income tax using 20%, 250,000 multiplied to 20% would give you how much? To give you
5,000.
no 250,000. I-type sa calculator 250,000 times 0.20 0.2 give you how much?
50 mil.
50,000.
50,000. Now, compare ninyo dayon na class. Compare NCIT over
50,000.
NCIT. Whichever is higher.
Ang 50 mil.
Whichever is higher.
Anxiety.
NCIT. Mas sobra ang NCIT. Therefore, on the year 2021, you will pay the BIR for 50,000. Tundan? But based on the law, we need to follow whichever is higher, MCIT versus NCIT, tapos mo na itong bayaran sa BIR. Sundan.
Yes, sir. Copy, sir.
Now, given an example, in the year 2022, if your income is 500,000 and your expenses is 350,000. Now, let's say 350. Example class, on the year 2022, your gross receipt is 500,000. Your operating expenses is 490,000. Therefore, you have net income or taxable income of 10,000. Now, after that, compare dayon. Solve. How much is the 1% of 500,000? 5,000. Tama? 500,000 times 0.01.
Tama, sir. 5,000.
You use your calculator class. Ayaw nga pagsunod.
50,000.
You use your calculator pag solve mo inyo dira kay para pag-abot sa quiz dili mo magtanga-tanga. Dili lang magsige sunod-sunod sa Excel. Alright, 50,000 is under MCIT. How about normal corporate income tax of 20%? We give you how much? 10,000 times 2%, 20% would give you
100,000.
10,000 multiplied to 20%. What?
2,000.
2,000.
2,000 lang.
10,000 times 0.2 is 2,000. 10,000 times 0.2. Kaya gani, nag-ingon ko sa inyo ha, nga ang normal corporate income tax, ang tax base niya is the
2,000.
net income.
2,000, sir.
Yes, it's 2,000. Now, whichever is higher, MCIT or normal corporate income tax?
MCIT.
MCIT. Now, we will pay BIR for the year 2022 of 5,000. Take note, class. It is the year 2022. Kinsa ang inyong gigamit? MCIT, tama?
Yes, sir.
Do not forget, class, nga naamoy excess of MCIT over normal corporate income tax of 3,000. 5,000 minus 2,000 equals 3,000. 8,000 is higher ang MCIT than the normal corporate income tax. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ang inyong buhatan na is identify how much is the excess and take note for that. 3,000. That is the excess for the year 2022. This 3,000 excess for the year 2022 of MCIT, and this is normal tax. This 3,000 class will be used on the next year. If ever ang normal tax mas taas sa minimum corporate income tax. Example, on the year 2023, your income is 500,000. Your operating expenses is 400,000. Now, question. How much is your tax due to the government? Solve. Ang gross receipt is 500,000. Multiply nimo og 2% because it's already 2023. For the purpose of discussion, we will use the 2% because it is already 2023. Now, on the year
10,000.
2023, the minimum corporate income tax using the 2% for 500,000 is 10,000. Tama? 500,000 times 0.02. Tama?
Yes, sir, 10,000.
Yes, sir.
The normal corporate income tax would be 100,000 as your your taxable income minus 20%. I multiply 20% would give you 20,000. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Asa mas taas? Normal
Yes, sir.
corporate or MCIT?
NCIT.
Yes, sir.
NCIT. We will use the 20,000. Tama? Mali.
Tama, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
20,000, the under normal corporate income tax. But do not forget, class, on the year 2022, naakay excess na 3,000, which is 5,000 minus over 2,000 nga NCIT ganiha. So, naka-excess na 3,000. Karon on the year 2023 naman, class, ang imuhang mas taas na is the normal corporate income tax of 20,000. So what is the essence of this 3,000? Simple.
I-minus siya,
Just
sir.
deduct the excess of the previous year of MCIT over normal corporate income tax to the present normal corporate income tax, which is 20,000 minus 13,000. It will give you how much?
17,000.
17,000 normal corporate income tax. Ibig sabihin, class, ang atuang bayaran for the year 2023 kay BIR is 17,000. Nasundan.
Yes, sir.
Next, let's proceed. How about kapag pag next year na naman, on the year 2024, your income is 650,000, but your expenses is 580,000. Question. 580,000. Now question, how much asa manin mo hanara? MCIT or NCIT?
NCIT, sir. Kay 14,000, mas dako man siya.
Alright, on the year 2024, 14,000. Next, on the year 2025, your income is 700,000, while your expenses is 680,000. Question. Tayo mo ang bayaran. At under MCIT or under normal corporate income tax?
MCIT, sir.
Because it is higher than the normal corporate income tax. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Now we will use 14,000 for the year 2025. Now, on the year 2025, pila ang excess?
10,000.
Yes. The excess over normal corporate income tax is 10,000. Now, let's go ahead. On the year 2026, your income is 850,000. Your expenses is 845,000. 845,000. Question, MCIT or normal corporate income tax?
MCIT, sir.
Your excess is how much?
16.
Yes, 16,000.
Yes, the minimum corporate income tax is 17,000. Your excess is 16,000. Question. 17 ba ito ang bayaran given that we have an excess of 10,000 in the year 2025?
Yes, sir. Kaya
Why?
parehaban sila MCIT. Because they
Very-
are, ano, sir, the same MCIT.
Very good. On the year 2026, ang ato ang bayaran
Sabi na ako ang mahal.
Hello. Mabatian ko. Alright.
Yes, sir.
Sige.
Sorry, sir, na late.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello. Can you hear me? Alright.
Yes, sir.
For a while. Alright, makita na?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes,
Alright.
sir.
I repeat, class. I repeat. MCIT, excess of minimum corporate income tax cannot be deducted to another minimum corporate income tax. Minimum corporate income tax excess class will be deducted only if and only if makabot ang time that the normal corporate income tax is higher than the MCIT. Nasundan.
Yes, sir.
Now, what if on the year 2027, your gross receipts is still 850,000, but your operating expenses is 700,000? Question. What will be our payable to the government?
NCIT.
NCIT, 30,000, higher than the MCIT of 17. Tama?
Yes, sir.
But do not forget, class, that we have how much excess of MCIT over normal corporate income tax of the previous year. How much?
60,000 ang 16,000 ang previous.
In the previous
Ilan ba na?
year, yes.
26,000.
On the previous year, on the year 2025, na kay 10,000. On the year 2026, na kay 16,000. In total, you have an excess of 26,000. Tama? Tama?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
take note, class, ng imong payable for this year is 30,000. Tama? Under normal corporate income tax.
Yes, sir.
Sa itong buhatan na ibawas ang 30 sa 26. Therefore, on the year 2027, you will pay how much?
4,000.
4,000. 4,000.
Only 4,000. On the year 2027, the normal corporate income tax will be 4,000 only. Nasundan?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's leave the year 2028. What if your gross receipt is 850,000 and your operating expenses is 900,000? Loss. Question. What will you use? Normal corporate income tax or NCIT?
MCIT.
CIT.
Oh, bakit naging silent ang iba? Loss na gani, pabayaron pa ninyong tax? MCIT or normal corporate income tax?
MCIT, sir.
Very good. MCIT lang yapon. Take note class that MCIT will be used if ang corporation would have a zero taxable income or a negative taxable income. Sundan? What if ang expenses is the same? Ibig sabihin zero ang iyang taxable income. Still, you will use under MCIT because based on the law and the taxation that
Mas bigger, sir, itong bayaran.
minimum
Tapos,
corporate income tax is always nga ginasunod if the corporation is zero taxable income or a negative taxable income. Sundan?
Sundan? Isa,
Yes,
so
sir.
ibig sabihin,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
no matter what, kung sakali man mag-negative or ano, ang MCIT is absolute, sir, no?
Yes. Mag-negative or mag-zero ang corporation, magbayad sila og tax under minimum corporate income tax. Sundan?
Yes, sir. Kaya nag-base man sa
Therefore,
gross.
Yes, kasi nag-base siya sa gross. Therefore, on the year 2028, your tax due to the government is 17,000 under minimum corporate income tax. Nasundan?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's start. What if class? On another example, on the year one, minimum corporate income tax. Example, on year one, your minimum corporate income tax is 25. Your normal corporate income tax is 20,000. How much is due to the government? Example class, tax na ta, wala. Diretso na ta dito sa tax due, dili na ta dito sa gross receipts. What if on year one of operation, the MCIT is 25, normal corporate income tax is 20. Therefore, you have an excess of 5,000 that can be used on the next year. But the question is, how much is due to the government on year one of operation?
Follow who's bigger. MCIT, 25,000. Mamo siyang dako.
So, Pilianas.
25,000 whichever is higher, sir.
Other, kinsa pa?
Tax.
Kinsa? So, Pilianas, nganong 25 man?
I think ano man
Can
siya,
you
sir?
please turn on your
Whichever-
video first? Oh, nganong
Ano,
25 man?
Kay whichever is higher, sir. Kay mag-base man siya sa gross receipt niya. Tapos nakuha naman ang MCIT, na-solve naman siya. So, i-compare sila. So, 25,000 ang mas higher. So, ang ibayad sa government is 25,000.
How about you, Gallego?
According to the rules and regulations,
Turn on your video
first. Tempa, sir, kay ako, ano? So, according to the rules and regulations of the Bureau of Internal Revenue, which is bigger, kung asa tong mas dako, sir, mao tong i-follow na to nga maging payable according to sa gi-discuss pa nato ganiya. So, I'll go for 25,000 MCIT instead of NCIT.
Alright, who can oppose from the class?
Ay, sir. Sir.
Who can oppose?
Ay,
So, Pilianas, quiet. Humana ka. Kinsa pa? From other class. Aside from these two persons, sa Pilianos and Magaliego, kinsa pa? Wala na? Alright, class. Unsa akong giingon sa inyo gani at the very beginning, that minimum corporate income tax would be applicable to a corporation on its 4th year of operation. Question. On our situation, ikapila na nga years of operation sa business.
First
year.
Now, in referendum in your answer ganyan, ano nag-25 man mo?
Ala sir,
Ako ma-remember, sir, katong which is bigger, but sorry.
Alright.
So dapat 20,000.
Therefore, class, the corporate income tax would be 20,000 on its first year of operation because the law so provides that on the first, second, third of year of operation, regardless of magtaas man ang MCIT or not, the normal corporate income tax will be used because based on the law of taxation, law on taxation, not just only BIR regulation, minimum corporate income tax would be applicable only to a corporation and its 4th year of operation. Sundan.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry.
Marjan.
Yes,
Okay
sir.
na?
Okay na. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Sorry.
Dili na kalimutan, sir.
Alright. Therefore, on the first year of operation, you will pay 20,000. Now, on the second year of operation, example, 30,000. And this is 2,000. MCIT, NCIT.
NCIT.
Ano na kayo?
Third year of operation, MCIT is 50,000. Normal corporate income tax is 1,500. Ila?
NCIT.
NCIT.
Ila?
1,500, sir.
1,500.
It's 1,500. It's because napata sa third year of operation. Nasundan.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, if and only if on the 4th year of operation class, your taxable income under MCIT is 45,000 and the and the normal corporate income tax is 15,000. Pila imong bayaran?
MCIT.
45,000, sir.
45.
Na naman ta sa 4th year, so therefore applicable na ang loan taxation that on the 4th year the company must pay the MCIT, whichever is higher.
Dito na ta mag-start sa ang comparison between MCIT and normal corporate income tax. Since mas dako ang MCIT, we will pay 45,000. But do not forget, class, that under normal corporate income tax 15, therefore you have an excess of 30,000 that can be used on the foreseeable next taxable year. Sundan?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Question. If your minimum corporate income tax is 50,000 and then your normal corporate income tax is 50,000. Question. What will you pay under the BIR? MCIT or normal corporate income tax?
Pareha lang man, sir.
Pareha man sila. So magulang yapon mo yapon sir. Ano sir, mag-deduct akong totong sir, 20 mil yata sir kay at may excess man ka may excess man kang 30,000 on the previous year. So you are only to pay 20,000 kay i-deduct man to sa previous na to.
Take note that MCIT is equal to NCIT. Do we need to minus or deduct the excess of the previous year? Since MCIT is 50,000 and the normal corporate income tax is 50,000 also.
Mag-choose ka, sir. I-choose na lang nimo ang NCIT kay para ma-apply ang applicable ang excess sa MCIT.
did the law so provides nga tagaan ka og choice nga magpili ka MCIT or NCIT? Nabay na nga provision?
Kung siguro kung siguro ang amount,
Unsa man na?
pero dili pa ang government. Dili siguro pag
Yan,
ang government
siguro.
kaya ang lahat gusto lang.
Legal transaction na mo lang. Legal bad ka ha.
Ang answer
Bitaw,
ana,
ang government dili kita na kinabusog deduction.
ang answer ana class, unsa man ninyong gamiton? Under MCIT or NCIT? N or M?
NCIT.
M. Minimum, sa minimum. I'll go for the minimum.
So mag-minimum
Ay,
corporate income tax. Mo ibig
sir,
sabihin dili nyo
katong
gamit
nasa rule, sir.
I repeat. Therefore, mag-MCIT mo, dili nyo gamiton ang inyong excess na 30,000 of the previous year.
Dili na lang. Okay, since ano man siya, since equal man sila, siguro I think the provision would say so na you'll go for MCIT kasi government is always wanting would always want benefits.
Mhm.
Mga
Other-
ka-exist goods. So, siguro, justifiable lang mga gamito ni mo yung exist. Tapos mag-use kag NCIT. Kaya parang 20,000 na lang yung bayaran. Sigurable sa
From-
iba.
Oh, from the others. From the others. From the others. Kinsa man. Example, let's say.
MCIT siya sir kay kuan.
Example class, makita ninyo? If the gross receipt class is 2,500,000, your minimum corporate income tax would be ila 50,000. And what if your
50,000.
tax operating expenses class is 2,250,000? Therefore, class, your net taxable income would be 250,000. Now, the gross receipts is 2.5. Multiplied to 2%, it would give you 50,000. Tama?
Yes, sir.
True?
Ang net income ninyo is 250,000. Multiplied to 20%, it would give you 50,000. Tama? Mali.
True. Precise. Tama.
Now, my question is, if naamoy excess of the previous year na 30,000 on the minimum corporate income tax previous year, example for the instance, the year 2027 for purpose of discussion. Now, my question is, pila o asa inyong gamiton diri under MCIT or under normal corporate income tax?
NCIT good. For me.
Therefore, dili ninyo
Para
gamit.
ma-use ko yung 30,000.
Example, given yung mong giingon nimo para magamit ang 30,000, what if class, that this 30,000 is an excess of normal corporate income tax on the year 2026. Therefore, 3 years na. Tama?
Yes, sir.
2025. On the year 2025, naka-excess na 30,000 over MCIT, other normal corporate income tax. 2025, 30,000. In the year of 2028, ibig sabihin, mag-lapse na ang 3 years. Tama? 3 years na.
Okay.
Kining 30,000 class, mag-expire na siya. Last year na nimo karon nga magamit nimo ang excess nimo nga 30,000 in the year 2025 because class ang excess nga MCIT over normal corporate income tax would be used as a deduction sa normal corporate income tax within 3 years. Ibig sabihin, if ang excess sa MCIT over normal corporate income tax, magsubra na gani siya og 3 years, dili na siya pwede ibawas because expired na siya. Tandaan?
Yes, sir.
Therefore,
Gamito
kung
na lang.
Therefore, halimbawa ha, kung nagtanaw mo sa video, masabtan ninyo na anong ma-expire siya. I don't know sa uban o wala nagtanaw. Now, on the year 2028, if you are the accountant, if you are the finance manager on a certain corporation, giving this situation, inani na, nag-income ka og 2.5, nagasto kag 2.25, nag-net income kag 250,000. Now, MCIT using 2% is 50,000. Normal corporate income tax is 30,000. Question. What will you do? You will use MCIT or the NCIT?
NCIT.
Circumstantial basis, syempre, I would go for NCIT kasi munang makabenefit sa ako. But I think it would be not sir, ang tax is not subject to one's decision but subject to the decision of the agency in itself kasi mag-consult man ka siguro kung sa or sila ang mag-deem na
Given, alright, Marjan Maliego, that you will consult. But if you are the accountant, if you are the tax technician of a certain corporation, and this is the scenario, then the management would ask you, unsa inyong buhaton with that? You will use NCIT or MCIT?
O syempre, being
NCIT.
being a bendable or amiable.
On M or N?
Eastern, normal income tax.
Because you will use na 30.
Oo, syempre.
Yes, sir. Ma-expire na.
Sa ma-expire man lang, gamitan na lang ako.
What if wala excess? What if wala excess? And this is the scenario. Wala na excess, and the year 2028 wala ay excess. But this is the scenario. Question. Is the payment for this year is under MCIT or normal corporate income tax?
I will use valid NCIT, sir.
M?
NCIT.
Normal.
Okay, halimbawa pagka next year na ay magamit kag MCIT na pod. Tapos kung ma-exist man siya, whichever.
So your answer is based on your opinion, tama?
Yes.
So if that situation will happen, your answer is based on your opinion, tama?
Dapat based
Based on the rules.
Oh. So what is the rule?
Whichever is higher should be
And
so since equal sila, sir. So ang rule is always ka mag-go for the minimum. Dili ka maka-decide for normal because even sila or level man sila. So the rules or the law says says that you are to go to the minimum corporate income tax.
Mm-hmm. How about the others? How about the others? Okay. Class. Wala na? Wala mo tubag diha? Alright, class. Unsa ang ruling under the minimum corporate income tax under the law? Kanus mag MCIT?
On the 4th year of the operation of the company.
As the operation is more than 4 years. Tama, mali?
Tama.
So siya.
So mag MCIT mo?
Yes, based on the rules and regulations stipulated in the law.
Okay, Marjan, listen, and for other class. Number 1 rule, 4th year of operation. Check. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Tama. Second, that the corporation should have 0 or a negative taxable income. Question. Is this corporation has a 0 or a negative taxable income? Yes or no?
No.
No. 0 ba?
Dili. Naman siya 50
Negative ba?
Dili.
Sir.
Therefore, minimum corporate income tax for the year 2028 is not applicable. Therefore, on this year, it is under normal corporate income tax since it is very clear on the minimum corporate income tax laws na ang corporation will be use MCIT provided that 1. That the operation of the business is at 4th year. 2. If the income of the corporation is 0. 3. If the income of the corporation is at negative. 4th, if MCIT is higher normal corporate income tax. Now question, does this corporation has a 0 or a negative taxable income?
No, sir. Break even
No,
lang.
no, sir.
Therefore, unsa man atong buhaton? Is this filing of the BIR MCIT or NCIT?
NCIT.
So,
muna lang siguro ng ano sir, ang i-remember na lang siguro as long as dili siya lugi or as long as na siya income nga dili siya lugi. Therefore, what would be used is the normal corporate income tax gid siya.
yes,
Kung
because at the
isin
end of the day,
As long as dili siya lugi, as long as dili siya zero or dili siya lugi, therefore in conclusion, normal corporate income tax will always be applicable. Sa both ba?
do you appreciate that tax is not just a theory, it is a law? Sundan?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, class, when we analyze tax transaction and when we analyze class tax income, it should not based on our opinion or understanding. It should be based on the law. Nasundan?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Alright, please turn on your video now. Now, everyone, do you understand the essence of MCIT versus NCIT?
Yes, sir.
Now,
Now,
so nakasabot na mo kanus si MCIT o kanus si NCIT. Actually, class, MCIT or minimum corporate income tax and the normal corporate income tax, ayun lang man siya, di ba? Compare lang man, MCIT, whichever is higher. But do not forget, every requisites para mag-MCIT should be checked, tanan check, in order for you to consider that this transaction can be under MCIT or NCIT. Nasundan?
Yes, sir.
Naglibog, dili. Sa'yo lang man siya, multiply lang man. Basta class, do not forget, MCIT is based on gross receipt and NCIT is based on net income. Sundan.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Wala. Do you learn something today?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, class. Take your lunch. Good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Naka-red jacket si Cookie.
Wala na yung attendance.
Sana si Cookie. Wala yung buhok.
Wala na nag-attendance,
Bye, class.
sir.
Bye.